I'm quick to ask somebody to have a threesome or something. Oh, let's talk about that. Hey family, what's going on? It's your girl Tatiana Moss and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about sexual wellness, fashion, lifestyle, career, and entrepreneurship advice. So if any of those things are of interest to you, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so you can become part of the family too. And for my returning viewers, hey family, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming back and clicking on another video from your girl. So it's been a minute, y'all, since I've had one of these on my channel, but today we're doing a girl talk. We're talking about, you know, sexual wellness, body empowerment, all of that good stuff, and why a lot of us can't seem to get to the big O, if you know what I mean. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on this, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. All right, y'all, so y'all know me, I'm pretty much like an open book. I feel like sex is something that we all have. It's no reason to be shy to talk about it. This, that, and the third. We're grown here. 18 and up only. Okay, I'm pretty sure YouTube's probably going to restrict this video anyway. I would not be surprised. So, you know, make sure if you run the kiddies or whatnot, you tell them to leave for a little bit, because, you know, we're going to be having some grown talk for a minute or whatnot. But yeah, sure, I wanted to get into the topic of just talking about, like, why is it such a struggle for women to have the big O and all of that good stuff, and just giving you guys different tips and things that you can try. And what sparked up this conversation is I've always just been very interested in just talking with people or whatnot about their own experiences and stuff like that. And me personally, I ain't gonna get too much into my business because I got family probably watching, and I know my mom be watching all my videos. Hey mama. So I don't want to be talking about my personal stuff and then my mom watching my videos. But anyways, a lot of people don't talk about until they get older or whatnot. I know for me, a while I struggled with it, and I thought something was wrong with me. Like, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just never supposed to experience this thing or whatnot. And it's just so many different factors that go into why you might not be experiencing one or why you haven't had one or whatnot. But those different things can just factor, like I said, from stress, from not knowing your body, all of that good stuff. And we'll get into that in a second. But I just wanted to get into the statistics really quickly, just so you guys can see on the books what this looks like. And this is updated information, y'all, 2022, because I wanted to make sure I find the most recent stuff. It says only 18.4% of women orgasm from vaginal sex alone. And as far as the other things, this is 81.6% of women don't have a O from intercourse alone without any type of clitoral stimulation. Only 18.4% of women report that intercourse alone is significant to the big O. So as you can see, that's a huge number. Like, that's more than half of women out here just not having no O. Like, I'm just, at this point, I'm just not doing that no more. Like, I think a lot of us, we got into this thing of, you know, having X or whatnot. I'm trying to dress up some of the words because I ain't trying to get flagged too much. Was just for the man and about pleasing the man. And it's just like, you got to go into it worried about yourself. And I know that sounds bad because, like, not saying like you're not pleasing your man, because of course we already know a man gonna get his regardless. Okay, you can probably just touch him and like he's done or whatever. But I'm just talking about, like, you have to be focused on yourself and you have to be relaxed enough to know that you're gonna be able to get this, because depending on who you're dealing with, which first of all, you shouldn't be having sex with nobody that doesn't worry about how you feel and making you feel good, this and the third. That's out the window anyway. But that's another story for another day. Anyhow, we're gonna break down and talk about a couple different things, like I said, that is gonna help you to feel a little bit more comfortable and trying to figure out why you're not having one. So the first tip would be lack of confidence. And this goes into maybe you might not be comfortable with your weight or whatnot. Maybe you don't feel comfortable taking your clothes off, this and the third. So some suggestions I would say is maybe going into like the mirror and like taking your clothes off and looking at yourself, saying positive affirmations to yourself, like, I look good. Okay, you might got some rolls and swolls, honey, but I look good. Okay, just giving yourself that positive talk or whatnot, so when you go into the situation, you don't need that validation from a man. You've already kind of somewhat given it yourself. So the more confident you are, the more you're going to make yourself feel relaxed, which brings us to our next tip. You want to be able to relax. There is nothing worse than being stiff and being uncomfortable when you about to get it popping. Like, and that goes back to that factor of just having sex with just anybody, because when you're with your man or whatever, or your significant other or whatnot, you're gonna be comfortable with them and you're gonna want to do this thing. It's just gonna flow. But when you're with somebody that maybe you just met, or you know, it's like a sneaky link type of situation. Now, I don't know about y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie, to have my days in the sun and this and the third, but what I'm trying to get at is, it's always a rush situation. Like, you can never, I don't care what nobody says, like, you can do all the sneaky linking and this and the third or whatever, but it's nothing like having that special moment with somebody you really, really care about. And your body can tell the difference too. Like, it's almost like you can't even get comfortable enough to get off or get your own when it's with somebody that you really kind of just don't care about, or maybe y'all are both just there for just the pleasure in the situation and stuff. So I definitely think that is another huge point, is being able to just relax, calm yourself. If you gotta like take like a pill or something before you get it popping, drinking some certain type of tea, just anything to kind of get you in the mood, taking a shower, using really, really good products that smell good and make you feel good, putting on lingerie, all different types of stuff like that to kind of just get you a little bit more comfortable and able to relax in what you're about to get into. The next tip, which I feel like is the most important out of everything, is learning your body. I always talk about this all the time. When I used to do pure romance and I used to do like the little parties and a lot of stuff like that, I used to always tell people, like, you can't expect somebody else to know what to do with you when you don't kind of know your own body, if that makes sense. So I'm a huge advocate of you know, solo play, like getting to know your body, like looking at yourself, like taking a mirror, putting it down there and actually looking at it, like, and really getting to know what you don't like and what you do like. Because once you figure this out, it's a whole different ball game once you go into the bedroom. Because again, it's going back to that mindset of thinking like, okay, I gotta worry about not, and again, don't take this in the wrong way, y'all, but just going into it knowing like, all right, like, I'm gonna do what I need to do to make myself get to where I need to go. Because I'm telling you, a man, it don't matter what you do. You could be on your back, you could be on top, you could be on the floor. He don't care. He's gonna get off. But with us, it takes more time. It takes a little bit more foreplay, and it takes a little bit more just warming up. So in order for you to be able to get to where you need to go, you need to know your spots, your hot spot. What is your go-to move? Like, what is the thing that you know is gonna finish you? Like, for a lot of girls, I know that's riding. But that also goes into the point of a lot of women don't experience the big O during intercourse, just because of the fact that if they're not getting no type of clitoral stimulation, then it's just not really gonna, you know, get you off where you need to go. Now, certain guys, different strokes for different folks. If you know what you're doing, I'm pretty sure that, you know, what I'm talking about, the guys, they know what they're doing. They can definitely get you where you need to go or whatnot. But a lot of times, y'all men ain't talking about nothing, okay? Let me stop. Y'all ain't talking about that for real. But anyways, the next point I wanted to go into is just being open and honest with your partner. Closed mouths don't get fed, and I mean that for real. A lot of times, men are not aware that you're not having an O. And I say this because I've experienced it before myself. Like, if a man has to, and I'm gonna say this to the men too, because y'all need to know this if a man's watching this. As Meg said, you know, I ain't, if you had to ask me, like, you know, I did not finish. If you had to ask me, you would have been able to know, because guess what? My body would have been able to tell you. I would have been twitching, or however you finish or whatnot. You say something, you do certain things. It's just an undescribable sensation or body movement that's going to happen, that a man or whoever you're dealing with is going to know that you finished. So it's like, if you got to ask me, you know I didn't do it. So as women, as far as that portion of it, we got to start taking accountability and speaking up for ourselves and advocating for ourselves. Because if not, it's just going to keep going unnoticed. You messing with a guy and he thinking he big Willie and doing his thing, he's going to the next girl and doing the same stuff. Because if we're all not speaking up and telling him like, hey, like, you know, can you do it like this? Like, just telling him to switch it up and do different stuff, whatever. You're not actually comfortable with saying like, hey, I didn't do it, or I didn't have one, or can you do this a little bit more? Can you move this way a little bit? If you're not comfortable with saying certain stuff like that during the act, that's the perfect time to initiate certain ways that you want him or her to do something a little bit more different, so they can you know, get you where you need to go. Because it's no reason. And we're going to talk about Miss G and DJ Envy, because I feel for sis. Like, when I heard the interview, it really was like, dang, like 10 years. 10 years, and she was married to this man. But y'all gotta understand, she was with him when she was 15. A lot of us, if y'all was doing something at that age, you didn't know what you was doing. Most women don't even have a O until they're in their 20s, sometimes late 20s. And I've seen women who's been as old as 40 that has never had a O before. So we can't sit up here and just solely blame. Now, I do feel like she should have spoke up a little bit sooner, and that goes back to like advocating for yourself. But at the same time, I'm not gonna solely put the blame on her or whatnot, because of the simple fact that she probably didn't know no better. Envy was her first partner, so how she gonna know what she do and do not like when she never had nobody to compare that with as well? But again, like I said, it just goes back to that factor of we have got to say something, y'all, because there's no reason why we out here and giving up our mind, body, and soul during this acts, because yes, you're exchanging all types of energies and stuff like that, and you're not speaking up for yourself and letting somebody know what you do and do not like, because a man has no problem doing it. So we should not be afraid to do it either. Okay, the next thing I would say, which I feel like is pretty obvious, and if you ain't eating no peach cobbler, then to be very honest, you don't need to be doing the nasty, because it's like almost getting an appetizer before a meal. Like, if you don't want to do this, then we're not doing nothing. Because come on now, like, you expect me to do something and you ain't gonna do nothing. You gotta get down there doing the foreplay, peach cobbler, all of that stuff. Like, oral is probably one of the #1 ways that a woman is gonna have that big O. I'm just being very honest with you. Or some type of stimulation, whether you're using fingers, toys, and we'll get to that in just a second. But any type of thing involving those things are gonna get your woman off more than likely. So ladies, during intercourse or whatnot, you can try like rubbing or just doing different things of that sort, some type of friction on that area, so you can get that feeling of sensation, and then you're gonna in turns have that big O. And so, like I said, again, going back to the fellas, making sure y'all going down there and getting it done, because some of y'all maybe acting scary, and y'all be the first ones pulling out y'all stinky little things and wanting somebody to suck on it, and it's like, it's not going down. Like, y'all gotta get better, okay? Y'all got to get better. But I'm coming for everybody, because to be honest, like I said, you know, us ladies, we gotta speak up. We gotta speak up. We gotta stop letting these men slide by and thinking that they're doing something, and they're not, because they're going and just doing this to the next woman, like I said, and it's just a continued cycle. And the last thing I feel like is super essential in helping you with having that big O is, y'all should already guessed it, some toys. Y'all know a video would not be complete if your girl didn't talk about a toy. I'm a huge advocate for X toys. And before I get into that real quick, people been really trying to not come for your girl whatnot, because I usually get a lot of positive comments, stuff like that, but I just get a few like slick comments on my like X toy videos or whatever, specifically my rose toy video or whatnot. And it's like, guys be so mad. Oh, I did not mean to do this. Guys be so mad and so insecure about toys, and it's like, yo, when you really get down to the root of it, it's not about you. Like, it's about me. Like, so I wish guys would take off of that thought of, oh, she using this toy because maybe I'm not performing as good. No, it's just to enhance the experience. This is for me. This ain't got nothing to do with you. So it's nothing to be mad about. If anything, you should want your girl to get pleased, or your partner to get pleased any way possible. So what is it a problem just because I'm adding something in the bedroom? But y'all quick to ask somebody to have a threesome or something. Oh, let's talk about that. When it comes to, you know, bringing some X toys in the bedroom, folks want to get funny. So I never understood that. So I just wanted to speak on that real quick, because guys be, like I said, getting real slick in the comments. And it's like, don't come on my video with all that nonsense. Like, I know that, you know, when you put out certain information, people are gonna, they're free to say whatever, which I don't have no problem having a friendly debate. But if you just coming up here just straight up being a hater and you're saying negative stuff, and oh, it must not be that good, this, that, and the third, this is why girls can't do this, and blah. If you're intimidated, just say that, baby. Like, it's no need to be intimidated by a toy. Common sense, we know a toy is never going to replace the real thing. But again, it's just something to enhance the experience and to make a woman feel good. So I don't see what the problem is. And if you're that insecure about it, how about you step it up in the bedroom and maybe your girl wouldn't be grabbing for that toy so often. That's that on that. But anyways, so yes, y'all, this toy right here, shout out to Slutty Courthouse or whatnot for sending me over this goodie or whatnot, y'all. This toy, I am not gonna lie, because y'all know I'm gonna keep it funky fresh real with you. Okay, when I first got this, I was like, it was a little bit on the weaker side. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't really, compared to the Rose, I was a little disappointed or whatnot. But now, y'all, the problem was I wasn't putting it in the right area. So, of course, it wasn't getting where it needed to go. But this little thing, I'm gonna say she's just as crazy as the Rose, okay? As y'all can see, the hole is much more smaller. But once you get it in that right area, oh, it gets crazy, okay? So as y'all can see, it's this cute little squirrel. It's a silicone squirrel. So you can get that double penetration if you want. Well, not double, but, you know, you can put this in, you know, one area. And then you can have this on the, you know, C area or whatnot. Okay? And doing your thing or whatever you choose. But this thing is super, super powerful. It has 2 settings up here. One is to control like the suction speeds and stuff, and then the second is to control the vibrating tail, as y'all can see. But I definitely been enjoying this one for sure. It is rechargeable or whatnot, so you don't got to worry about batteries and stuff. And I do believe that it is waterproof as well. You can use it in the water, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I'll have that, you know, somewhere in the video or whatever. But again, shout out to Slutty Courthouse for sending your girl over these goodies. Make sure y'all go show her some love. She is a black owned company or whatnot. Has so many amazing different kind of X toys up there that you guys can get or whatnot. So if you're looking for something, you know, to treat yourself, make yourself feel real good, or to just spice it up in the bedroom, go ahead and get you the squirrel, honey. Okay, she is definitely up there, like I said, with the Rose toy. I've been reaching for her more often than the Rose nowadays. So yes, I will have it listed down below as well. Another thing I just wanted to talk about just real quick is you know, you can't have X toy without some type of lubrication. Now, of course, you know, some of us, we just naturally get, you know, waterfalls down there. But, you know, if you're looking for something to just make it a little bit more popping, this is my favorite kind of lubrication. When I used to do Pure Romance, or when I used to buy it, and I will still buy it now, it's a Just Like Me water-based lubricant. Y'all, A1, pH balance approved. It mimics already the wetness that you got going on down there. It just makes it even more wetter. Your guy won't even be able to know the difference, okay? He would think you just maybe just had some type of different drink that day. I don't know, but it does something really good. It makes stuff very easy. And when you're more relaxed and you're more wetter this and the third, and it doesn't hurt and this and the third, the experience is going to be all times better anyway. So anything that you need to do to make things become more comfortable for you in the bedroom, that's what you got to do. And if you got to use lube, if you got to use a toy, if you got to touch yourself, whatever you got to do your thing, girl, okay? I'm a huge advocate for all body positivity, educating ourselves, advocating for ourselves, and making sure that we're getting what we want out of the situation just as much as men do. All right, y'all, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk. Sis, why can I have the big O or whatever? Definitely comment down below maybe some stories. I mean, if y'all don't want to talk about your business, that's cool too. But like, if y'all want to talk about like just some different things in the comments down below, what do you use, or what are some things that you've done to make yourself feel more comfortable or empowered in the bedroom and things of that sort of whatnot. I would love to chat it up down below with you girls. If you guys want to send me stuff or whatever, because I have people reach out to me a lot that have this type of content or whatever. I try to stray away from it on my channel. Of course, I want to talk about it, but you know, as I was saying, addressing those like comments and stuff like that, I do get, you know, just sometimes some rude messages and stuff, and I don't want people to get the wrong impression of my channel either or whatnot, because this is my life in general. I like to talk about everything that involves myself, and I feel like this is a part of it, but I just try to limit as all the stuff I put up here, because you know, people, what you put out is what people can comment on, so I'm gonna just say that much. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you still ain't subscribed to the family yet, what are you waiting on? Click on that red subscribe button down below before leaving out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video like I said, and you already know I will see you in my next video. Bye y'all.